This is now there are few people who are like, Hardik, I've attended this session directly. Is it okay? It's completely okay. You will be understand everything in a very simple and understandable language. Plus, part one and part two is added in your account. You can watch it as per your convenience. Hardik, where it is, I will show it to you. Point number two, Hardik, why we have gathered today and what's Power BI part three. So, as discussed in last session, today the whole lecture, the whole session, the whole video will be dedicated only one thing, which is nothing but DAX. DAX. Now you might be like, Hardik, I'm hearing for the very first time. What's that? So consider it as Advanced Power BI. And if you want to know the full form of it, it is called as Data Analysis Expressions. So E is silent in that the short form. That's the reason DAX, Data Analysis Expressions. Now, rather than, guys, I don't believe in theory. I'm not going to sit here and talk about DAX for the next 30 minutes. Rather than, let's see how to use DAX practically in Power BI with completely live and hands-on practice from me in this video. First thing first, let me show you what we are going to learn in this particular video. Now, in this particular video, guys, we are going to start with importing our data and creating a data model. Because as you can see right now, we are at a blank canvas. We don't have any data. We don't have any relationships, which are data models, which is part of data modeling, and we don't have anything on our canvas. So point number one, we are going to understand how to import our data, how to create data models. Once data model is done, we have to perform some data modeling, and that's the part of defining relationships. It can be one to one, it can be one to many. We are going to see that. Then we are going to see how to create new measures. Now, this new measure is all about sum function, if function, counter function, distinct functions, subtract function, addition function. We are going to see a bunch of them today. This is all under the head of DAX, data analysis expressions. So we're going to see some practical examples, and don't worry, there is, I don't know why there is so much hype, and I don't know why there is so much people are some like, Hardik, DAX is nothing, DAX is something which is not for me. I'm not able to understand. All of that is complex and all of that. Trust me, you know me, guys. In this video, I'm going to break it down so simple to you that even a school going student or school going or college going students can learn and use DAX in their daily life. Then we are going to see how to format the measures, how to edit and delete measures, how to try different measures. This is some function. What about count function? What is distinct function? How to add comments for our colleagues, teammates, managers, bosses, and all of them. How to create new measures for total profit via operators. What are operators? Addition, subtraction, division, all of that. Quick measure tool. What is this? There is one quick measure tool here. We are going to explore that as well, because as of now, haven't done it. How to add columns, that is something we are going to see. Table tools also today. And last but not the least, one complex example of using a DAX in a way where it's a combination of everything, some function, operators. It has some quick measure tools as well. So it's a good example overall. In this particular video, you're going to get bunch of things today. Now, this is what we are going to achieve. Now, how we are going to achieve? Let's start with first thing first. The first number one agenda we are going to look here is importing our data and creating data models. So as you know, always we have some kind of DAX. I have created some practice material here for DAX. There are three types of Excel file. What are those Excel files? We are going to look it together. So let's understand Excel files by uploading or importing one by one in this Power BI report. So we will go to get data and we will go to this particular bar, which is called as Excel workbook. In this Excel workbook, I'm going to click on this, and first I'm going to import this particular file which says cookie types. Now, what's there in that file, Hardik? How do I know it? We are going to see that while we are performing data modeling. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on load. The moment I load my data, you will see right beside this visualization tab, we will get something called as data tab, and we'll got our first data type, which is cookie types. Before I go to that data and before I start explaining you what's in there for us, let me import other two files in a similar manner by clicking on that and clicking on open. Once we get that file, we have to select the customer list. One, there is a table. If you want to import a table, you can. If you want to just import the data, you can import the data as well. I will click on load. Once you load, you have now two things in your data tab, cookie types and customers. Now the last but not the least, selecting Excel tables and getting some orders. What are this? We are going to look at together in the next 2 minutes. I'm going to click on open. The moment I click on open, we are going to again see the dummy data here. I'm going to select the file and I'm going to click on load. Now I know if you're someone who has watched previous video who would be like, Hardik, is there a requirement of data cleaning? So in this particular example, I have not kept such kind of things like data cleaning or something like that. So it will be super easy and convenient for all of us. Now, Hardik, what's there in data? So let's go to our table view, which is the data models, and let's see what we have in first thing as cookie types. Now I know you might be like, Hardik, can you please increase the size? I've tried, but since I have a very large monitor, it might be looking very small, but I will explain it to you in a very simple and understandable language. Cookie types, we have one, two, three, four, five, six. Six types of cookies. We have unit souls. Like for example, the first cookie that we have is chocolate chip. So how many units we have sold for chocolate chip that we know? For each unit, how much money we've made, or you can call it as revenue per cookie. So if you want to find total revenue, you can just multiply this both of these things and you will get the total revenue. Then we saw what is cost per cookie. So if you want to know the total cost, if you will multiply these two things, you will get the total cost. Very basic thing. Then let's move to the next thing, which is customers. Now here we have details of our customers. So we have total 5 customers only. Then we have their addresses, phone numbers, and all of them. Then last but not the least, over a year, over a span, how much this 5 customers has ordered from our company, the whole detail consisting of customer ID. We have 5 customers. We have 5 unique customer IDs. We have order IDs. We have products, which particular products they have gone for, which kind of product is nothing but if you want to relate to this particular table, it is nothing but cookie types. So for example, here there is chocolate chip. If you will come to this, you'll find, see this particular customer ID number 3 has ordered a lot of chocolate chips, which is nothing but our top cookie or the number 1 cookie in our list. Then we have something called as unit sold for each custom. It's for each order ID and not for each customer. Then we have date of shipment. Then we have revenue for that particular order and what's the cost for that particular order. So this is where we understood our first step about importing our data and creating data models. Now let's jump to the next step, which is defining relationships. Now, right beside report view, you have something called as table view where you can observe the data into a numerical format in a table format. Now, in the next thing, we are going to see about something called as relationships or data modeling, whatever you call it. Now here you have orders, you have customers, you have cookie types. Now in the last video, remember I told you that the Power BI is so smart, it in 100 out of 99% of the cases, it is going to establish a data or a relationship between two different data files automatically without you doing it manually. And some of you might be thinking at that point of time, Hardik, I work in a company where, trust me, the data is so clustered, so unorganized. It would be difficult for Power BI to establish a relationship on its own, just like customer ID, customer ID. So it has automatically established a relationship here. But since last video, many people were asking that, Hardik, what about my subjective things? What if in my case, I do not get any relationships? So I've explained in very detail what are relationships in that particular video. But since this is a subjective query for many from few participants, that Hardik, what if it's not the case? So let us see it together. Now see this. This is a big orders where we have all the order IDs of all our customers. So here the customer ID is same. That's the reason we have found one to many relationship here. But in this particular thing, there is no similar thing. Remember, there is no similar thing like there is cookie type. There is nothing cookie type here. But if you have observed closely while we are going through our data, while we were understanding our data, there is a common pointer here. Hardik, what's that? There is nothing but cookie type. Cookie type is nothing but the products. The first example we saw was about chocolate chip as the number 1 cookie type in the sequence. The similar thing we saw right beside order ID also. If there is a person, let's say there is a customer number 3 or 4, what kind of products that particular person is ordering and what's the unit sold, what's the revenue per order, what's the cost per order. So if I bring this, if I drag this and if I put it here, Power BI will understand that I am trying to connect a relationship here and these two things are similar. The moment you just drag this particular thing or drag that particular thing and drop it here or vice versa, you will see that the relationship will be established. So now all the three things are interlinked, and that's very important in order to make a dashboard or in order to make a Power BI report for your seniors, for your managers, for your colleagues, for your bosses, whatever the case is. So far, we have understood how to import our data, how to create a data model, and how to define relationships. Now, this is where we go to the advanced level, which is called as DAX, data analysis expression. So far, everyone is with me at this particular page. Let me know in this particular Zoom chat. What's the case? It was easy, super easy, nothing great, easy, perfect, super easy, easy, chalo, good, understandable, perfect, chalo. Do we need more connections? If it's required in your case, you can add more connections. Easy, 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 super easy. Chalo. Now closing the Zoom chat again. Thank you for your cooperation and thank you being engaging in the Zoom chat. Now let's move forward with the step number 3, which is creating our new functions using some functions. And now, before I start with third topic officially, let me tell you, if you're someone who's having that myth, Hardik, data or data analysis expression or DEX is not for me, you're definitely wrong. It's just that you have not learned it in the right manner or in a very easy and understandable manner. Now let's jump to our report because now we are sorted with importing our data and we are sorted with the defining the relationship of our data. So everything would work in an interactive and dynamic manner due because of the proprietary technology of Power BI. Now we'll come to this particular thing. Now, Hardik, where do I find this particular thing which is called as DAX? There is nothing written in the data tab called as DAX, data analysis expression. So guys, data analysis expressions are made via your subjective queries. Now, if you're someone who is coming from Excel background, who has a background in Excel, when I say if you have ever used some formula, if formula, COUNTIF formula, or advanced formulas like if, nested if, whatever the case is, if you're someone who has used formula and functions in Microsoft Excel, this would be a cakewalk for you because it's like, what is, if someone would ask you now, what is Power BI? In simple statement, I will just answer one thing. Power BI is nothing but Microsoft Excel on steroids. Trust me, this is something which I will make you prove in this particular video. Now see this. Now let's try to understand what to do with the sum function. Now, where to use sum function and how to use it via DAX. Now, I know some people would be telling me if they have watched the previous video that Hardik, why we are doing it, why there is a requirement of DEX. We can achieve this using Power Query. I know that. I was the one who taught you that, but it's just we are starting with absolute basics. So we are going to perform things which are possible with Power Query as well in the form of DEX. And then we'll see the advanced version, which is not at all possible in the field of Power BI or in the function of Power BI. Now let me expand all the things. In cookie types, what you cookie types, you have cost per cookie. If I just have to expand things for better visibility for our students, here it is. Let me just decrease this. Okay, now we have canvas, we have visualization tab, we have data tab. In cookie types, I've expanded the columns. It's nothing but the headers of that particular tables which you saw before. Then you have something called as customers, address, city, country, customer IDs, what is their name, what are the notes regarding them, what are their phone numbers, state, zip code, all of that. And last but not the least, the most important thing which we are going to work too much on today, the most important data set is orders. You have cost, you have customer IDs, you have order IDs, you have product, you have revenue, you have units sold. Now, let's start with sum function. Let me give you a problem statement. Here's someone who is like, Hardik, let's say here is the cost. If I go to that data table and if I go to orders, you have cost. Now here you have cost for individual order IDs. For example, the number one order ID was placed on 1st of February 2020. And the cost for that particular order was 584. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And I'm pretty much sure you might be like, Hardik, I'm able to relate this kind of data set I get in my MNCs or in my companies. This kind of big data sets, lakhs of entries. Now, in such case, if I ask you right now that hey, if I want to get a total cost of this particular column, what should I do? You would be like, Hardik, it's very simple. We do not have even have to open a Power BI for that. You can simply do it in Excel by doing sum function. Sum function is nothing but is equal to sum bracket and select the whole column. Exactly. Exactly. That is what data, it's the beginning of data analysis expressions in Power BI. It's very similar to Microsoft Excel. It's not similar. I would say it's 90% same. Now let me show it to you. See this. Now, let's say I want to perform sum of cost or total cost for this particular column or this particular data set. So what I will do, I will right click on it and there is something called as new measure. Now it might sound very new to you if as someone who's not coming from this background, but trust me, at the end of this video, you will get familiar with this particular thing, which is called as new measure. The moment I'm going to click on this, you will have that wow moment. Hardik, why? See this. 1, 2, 3, boom. If I click on this, if you remember this, this is nothing but just like your formula bar in Microsoft Excel. That is why I told Power BI is nothing but steroids, Microsoft Excel on steroids. Now see this. What we are going to find here, we are going to find, let's say I want to find, if I have to, what we are thinking of total cost, right? So if I have to write here total cost, Hardik, is this a formula that you're writing? No, my friend. Whatever you write before this equal to sign is for solely for your reference. It has nothing to do with formulas. It has nothing to do with Power BI. It is for your reference. So my reference, I want to know what's the total cost. So that's the reason I've written total cost here. Now, as I said, what we are going to do, just like Microsoft Excel, I'm going to write sum. I will click on tab. Now it will ask me, what do you want to sum? So just because you have right click on orders, it does not necessarily means it is going to show you orders ka field only. You will see cookie types ka field. You will see customer fields also, right? But now we have to go to the order field. So I'm going to go to order and I want to sum of this particular thing, which is sum of orders, which is nothing but orders cost bracket close and click on enter. And now you have got a total cost. If I have to show you the total cost, let's say I will add a card and I will just show it to you. Where is the card? This is a card. I will just add it and I will put total cost in that. The total cost for us is $2 million. Was it easy for you? This is something which is, we are going to do it multiple times, increasing the level one step at a time. Nothing but this is what tax. And now we are going to make things complicated, but have you got the basics? It's that basic. If I again click on, let's say total cost, you will see this. This is something people are afraid of in Power BI. And it's that simple. How many people are mind blown? Let me know in the Zoom chat that this is nothing but DAX. And have you understood it in a very simple manner? Is it easy? What is the need for this? Divya, we are going to do a project. So chill. Chalo, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. People asking about formattings, we are going to see that as well. Okay. As always with your classes, chalo, okay. Perfect. Now, closing the Zoom chat. Asking me subject queries, wait for it. I will help you understand. Now, guys, here it is where you officially did your first DAX thing in Microsoft Power BI. Now let us see how many people are saying, Hardik, what about formatting? What about I have to do this? What if I have to do that? I get it. So for that, card is not required. So I'm going to, let's say, remove card from here because why Hardik card is not required? We are going to use a different visual because card is something we have seen in previous videos, right? So let me go and show you some visual where we can, where I can show you something more fruitful. So there is a visual called as metrics. Hardik, what is metrics? Wait for it. Matrix is nothing but your table. Excel table, if you have ever seen it, just like that. So this is, and by the way, guys, see this kind of formatting. I don't know how many people would be able to see it because it's a very small in size. But if I can focus on that tool, see this. This is how the logo would be looking like for measures going forward in this video. So I will click on this and here we have got total cost. Now let's say my total cost is around 19 lakh 73,180. Hardik, how do I increase the size? I will come to that. Now let's say I want to see, since if you guys remember that we have some customers. So I want to see what are the things, what are my cost per customer. So I will bring my customer name into that matrix. And this is where you have got first matrix. Let me increase the size of it for people who might not be able to see it. See this. Here it is. Now guys, this is what will make, I will just zoom in a little bit for people who still are not able to see it. Here it is. Okay. Now see this. This is what is why Divya, just like Divya asked me, why DAX are required. So this is the purpose DAX are required. Let's say you had your customer names, but you were not having total cost for each customer because you just have customers cost per customer ID. So that is where subjective formulas are required. Now, guys, I'm going to remove this. Let's say I'm going to remove this. I'm going to select this filter and we don't want total cost. Now let's do a customer journey here. Let's see a practical capstone project assignment, which you can eventually show it to others as well in your life in order to prove that you have done something in your life with respect to Power BI. So for that, I've created one sample, which I'm going to show you, and this will be the flow going forward. So as you also know, till this point, we have something called as ABC groceries, and this is nothing but customer's name. Now, if I have to zoom in here as well, see this. This is what our final outcome should look like. So far, what we have done is we have just explored the tip of the iceberg. The DAX is, let's say, this big world. We have seen this much of it. And you will cover more than 40-50% of that in this particular video in this particular video only. Now you have customer list. I've shown you how does the matrix chart look like. Now let's start tackling one problem at a time. So for example, first thing which we want to know is how many units are sold. What are the total units sold for customers A, B, C, D, and G? Let's say A, B, C, D, E. 5 customers. I'm not repeating their names. Let's say I want to know what are the total units sold. So while we were learning this, what we explored that we have created something, but Hardik, that is total cost. Now let's start applying our brains. Let's deep dive into this via practical approach. Now, first, we have got our first task. We have first agenda in our life that we have to find something called as how many, what were the topic of it? I forgot. Total units sold. How much total units are sold for each customers? I want to know this. I want to get this exact numbers because both the reports have same data. And that is where we can cross verify that whether we are going into a new right direction or not. Coming to our original report. Now, guys, think for a second. If you want, like if you're someone who's watching video, pause it for a second and think about it. How will you get what is the total unit sold? I'm going to ask you this. So just think on it. You have this data set. You have, I would give you a clue that it's hidden into orders. Now, if you have got the logic and if you want to prove yourself as Power BI DAX expert, answer me this question that how would you get what is the total number of units sold? Giving you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me know in the Zoom chat and then we'll see how we can move forward with this. New measure and count of units sold. It should not be the count of units sold. It should be sum of units sold. New measure, sum formula. New measures, add units sold. Exactly. I'm glad everyone is giving me right answer. Kudos to you. Congratulations. And that's how DAX are simple. And the main logic here for someone who might be wondering, Hardik, zarurat hi kya hai? This is the requirement. This is the need of DAX. And that is where it's part of advanced Power BI, which cannot be attained via this visuals. Now, no visual you can put here, you do this and that thing will not show you what's the total cost until unless you go with filters and make it a little bit complicated. Now see this. Let us go again here, right click, new measure. Now in this new measure, what I want something called as total units sold. Total units sold. For that, as I said before, equal sign, whatever you write, it's for your own reference, nothing to do with Power BI. Sum. Now I want to go in orders. I have cost, nothing relevant. I have customer ID, not relevant. Date, not relevant. Product revenue, not relevant. Unit sold, relevant. Click on this and I will click on close the bracket and enter. And that is where you have got your total units sold. Now I will put this into the metrics and we have got this kind of thing. Now here is our first learning. Let us verify with this verify this capstone project with the original project. Now see this 221023. 329 and similar the answer should be 1125806. Let us cross verify. Let us see if we are making some mistake. 1125806. Now, before you tell me the question, before you have that doubt in your mind that Hardik, there is some discrepancy, not in terms of absolute value, but here the problem is there is decimal and it's not looking good because units, like you might be having a question or your manager might ask you, which is a question for further detail analysis, but you might be like, Hardik, how we can sell a unit in point 0.5? That is something altogether a different story. Will not go there in this particular video. But you might be like, Hardik, I don't want to, let's say there is some typo error, clerical error, some round offing issues or something like that. I don't want to show a decimal just like our original project. It's looking so neat and clean. And here it is. See this. If I go here, now that is where we start our advanced data DAX journey or data analysis expression journeys. Rightly, someone might having this question previously in their mind, Hardik, what about formatting? Now see this. I'm going to select this. Once you have measures, once you add a measure and you're working with measures in your visuals and charts, you have something called as measure tools. In measure tools, now can you see this? All the same formatting. This is something, the most familiar thing you might have seen right now in this particular video is nothing but your own Excel formatting. Now see this. This is a decimal thing. It's right now at auto. I will make it, let's say I will bring it to 0. 0 and everything is gone. Now still if I compare to this project, it's still looking neat and clean because it has commas. So I will simply go and select comma and we will get as it is. It's that simple. And that is where we covered her topic, which is formatting measures. All the formattings are just like your own Microsoft Excel. Now let me know in the Zoom chat, is it easy? Was it easy? Have you understood the requirement of DAX in Power BI? Easy, Avdut is saying easy. Deepak, yes, chalo, perfect, super easy. Gaurav, perfect. Nitin Sukla, wait for your queries. Understood, Bhavya, perfect, chalo. You so yourself are mind blowing, buddy. Rupak, no issues, perfect, chalo. It's just like pivot table, it's like Microsoft Excel on steroids. That is what I'm saying. How to paste in PPT, KJ will look it into further videos, so wait for it. चलो perfect 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 Deepika ऐसा नहीं है, it might be not the case, don't worry. चलो we need all the 3 sheets for Power BI. Mamta, yes. Perfect 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 perfect. चलो now I will just close the Zoom chat and no worries. I know guys, and the idea of the session is never to make you understand on this recorded call. It's just to make you understand that it's easy. Once you get the recordings, you watch as per your convenience, as per your pace. If you find it fast, some people might find it fast, some people might find it slow. If you're the slow category, watch it at 1.5x. If you're someone who's feeling it's quite slow, watch quite fast, watch it at 0.75x. But the idea here is to make you feel that experience. That if you have a mentor, if you know someone who can teach you in an easy way, nothing is hard in a life overall. And see this. First thing done. Chalo, Hardik, now what's our next agenda? If we go to this particular tool, the next agenda is count. As someone rightly said that Hardik, we can use this. Someone said it in the Zoom chat. I don't remember the name, but see this count of orders. Now that is where we begin our journey of editing. We have seen formatting, editing, and deleting measures. How to delete it, that is something I will show you. But creating new measures using count function. So we saw one example of some function. Now let's see a function, how to use count function. So let us go again in our report. And meanwhile, for people who are wondering, Hardik, how to edit a, let's say, measure, how to delete it, formatting I've shown you. Editing is nothing but if you want to change something, see this. Let's say you want, let's say, Hardik, I think I've made a error here, Hardik. I was not supposed to find total units sold. I was supposed to find total cost. Click on this cross mark. It will be removed and simply drop your total cost, and everything would be changed. It's that simple. Editing. Hardik, I think I've made a blunder. Total cost is not at all required in our assignments. For example, right click, and there is something called as delete from model. Simply delete it. It will be gone. If you want to rename it, just like let's say you are changing this from total units sold to total revenue, you can rename it also as total revenue, because now it does not make sense to name it as total units sold. This was all about renaming, formatting, and deleting of measures. Now let's start with something advanced. Now again, I will come on, click on report. Our data modeling and all the DAX functions are invisible now. Right click, new measure. Right click, new measure. And this time we are trying to find a total count. Total count. Hardik, total count of what? So if we have to see our query, total count of orders. So I will come here. Now we have to again think as a community that how we can achieve the count of orders placed by each customer. Again, 5 seconds. Think about it. That is how, if you will think on it now, if you don't get ready-made answers from me, if you just apply, let's say 10% also while doing this thing on a live call, it would be super beneficial and fruitful for you in your life. Trust me. So think for a second, think for 5 seconds. What can help you if you go with count function? If you will go with count function, just like Microsoft Excel, how you can achieve the number of counts for each customers. Tell me in the Zoom chat. Exactly, Avdut, Sachin, right, right, Vijay, Vinay, everyone is saying right. Exactly. Count of order ID. Now, few people who did not answer it, if I tell you that why, if you're thinking that Hardik, why order ID? Why order ID? Because order ID is something which is unique. Every order ID, let's say first order ID will be one. Second order ID will be two. It cannot be never one again. So there will be never mismatch in order IDs. So I will go with count function. I will click on, let's say, bracket, and I want count of unique order IDs, and click on bracket and click on enter. Now here we have got our, where is total count? I've named, total count. Here it is. Now here is the magic. Now this hard work you have done, let Power BI do the smart work. Now it's time to use smart work. Simply drag here and drop it in our table. And we have got our next answer. The total count is 700 and divided across different customers. Hardik, how all of this happened? How this particular Power BI knew that this 156 order ID, which is the count, is from Wholesome Foods, or for this and that. And this is the crux part. This is the magic of Power BI, where all the magic happens here. Now Power BI knows what's the relation between all the three things. You just have to play with tools. You have to play with functions, features, formulas, and all the hard work, all the technical work of distributing things here and there will be done by Power BI without you doing it manually. Okay. Now this is the power of it. Have you got it? Let me know in the Zoom chat. Yes or no. Is it easy? Okay. Yes. Easy. Perfect. Easy. Super easy. Just join. Won't be able to understand. Go through the recording. Okay. बहुत बढ़िया चलो. How to sort for rows? Wait for it, Hema. ठीक है. That's very advanced. Rows ka it's very advanced. Those are called as, I will not go it there. Wait for it. Since I'm a new learner, we shall not just you. Many are new learners attending for the very first time. Dr. DP, you won't understand right now. Just wait for it. I will show you how to do it. Chalo. Daksh, no. Perfect. Where to use Power BI? All the people who are beginners joining for the very first time, you might have missed on previous session, or you are a newcomer in this community. Both the people chill. This is something advanced. If you want to drop from this call, you can drop it. I will share the recordings plus the previous two parts in a very detailed format along with practice material. So before you come in the next Wednesday call, you will have some tasks and assignments to complete in 1 week. Now, let's begin with this particular thing. Let's continue rather than begin. Let's continue our journey of finding answers using DAX. Now, so far, again, we have gone with new distinct functions. Now, distinct function, for someone who wants to understand, So far we have, by the way, completed all of this. We are going to go ahead with creating new measures using distinct function. Now, guys, since while explaining the data, I've already revealed it and it was quite evident that we have 5 unique customers. But in this case, let's say you're someone, Hardik, how do I know? Let's say I'm working with thousands of customers. I'm working in Reliance, Jio, Meta, Google, Amazon. How do I know how many unique customers I have? What are the repetitive orders? So I will show you how to create a distinct function in Power BI. I will right click on this. I will create a new measure. Now this new measure is nothing but distinct function. So or else you can, I will write distinct only, distinct count. Go here, write distinct count of how many people or whatever you select. I think we should go if we are trying to find unique customers. So unique customers name is always unique, does not matter. But some people, let's say two customers can have a name called Rahul. That is something possible. So we cannot rely on names. We cannot rely on phone numbers because it might be happening that some of the customers we just have email ID and not phone number. State is never option. Zip code is never an option because two customers can be staying in a same zip code. Cost not relevant, orders not relevant. Then something which is relevant is, if I have to expand this, just a sec. If I have to expand this is nothing but customer ID. I will click on this, close the bracket and click on enter. And that is where you will get distinct count. If I paste it here, see this. It should be 111. Hardik, why? Because there are only 5 customers. Now let's say I will explain you something called as in this video only, in this something called as adding comments to measures. Now I'm pretty much sure and I will ask you in the Zoom chat as well that how many people here were like, Hardik, I've never seen distinct count in Excel as well because it's a very less used or very less known formula. And this might happen in your office as well. So what you can do is if I select this, there is something called as adding comments for your colleagues, for your managers, for your bosses. Hardik, how do you do it? You click shift and enter. You click shift and enter and you will get something called as to remove that, or you can just keep it double slash. You write double slash and now once you see the green thing, you can write comments for your managers and bosses. If let's say you are having a junior colleague, sorry, junior trainee, and you're like, he's not able to understand this dashboard once it's shared in PowerPoint or it's shared in, let's say, in Microsoft Teams or whatever the case is, which by the way, we'll look into this video only. You can write something called as unique, because unique is something people might understand compared to distinct. So unique count of customers. Now this is something which will not affect your formula. Now see this, if I come outside this report, see this, if I come outside this report, there is no change in formula, there is no change, no error, nothing. It just, if you will, if your colleague, your manager, if they will click on this, they will get a comment from your side that, hey, it's a unique count of customers. So they will be like, okay, chill. Now there is nothing to worry about. Now, before I go to the next topic, is this was till so far everything is good. Now, because this is, to be honest, from the from the point of view of DAX, it was quite easy at a very easy level. Let's move to a little bit advanced level now, creating new measures via operators. That is something we are going to do. But before we go to that, so far easy and good. What's the case? Yes, perfect. Good, easy, easy. Chalo, that's great. Yes, yes, yes. Feeling confidence now that you can perform some DAX queries in Power BI. Is that a yes? Isn't good? I'm so much happy. Yes, yes. Relieved. Puff. Interesting. Nicely approached for tool. Okay, chill. Now I would just take a pause. Nothing to do with this session. If you're someone who's watching this recording, you can skip this part. Taking a moment here to explain you for people like Daksh and other people who are getting confused ki ho kya raha hai. So if I go to my your login ID portal, all the previous things are added into this course, which is basic to advanced Power BI. So it might go for a toss in your field because this is a first surprise session for you. Part one, you will understand first how to download it, how to upload your Excel data. So it's off topic if you're someone who's watching recording. But yeah, this is where you understand all the basics and fundamentals of Power BI, how to create your own dashboard, how to do data modeling, Power Query. What is that? So far, this is a very advanced level of Power BI. For people who are coming from that journey, they would understand. But for you, if you're someone who's for watching this very first time, chill, no worries. You will also be able to understand and achieve just like other people who are finding it easy because they have come through in a journey. So chill, no worries. Now coming back to the topic, let's find something new, or let's do something advanced where we are doing combination by operators. Now, Hardik, what are operators? As I said, subtraction, addition, multiplication, division, all of that are called as operators. Now, it's a very easy question. I know everyone would be able to answer this. How do I find total profit? How do I find total profit from this order? Let's say I have this order. I want to know the total profit. How do I find it? Giving you a chance in the Zoom chat to answer this question. Let me know in the Zoom chat. Easy. Yeah, Pradeep right. Anchal, you're right. Chalo. Hussein will help you with that. No worries. Revenue minus cost. If someone who has not received recordings of previous session, I will help you. Revenue minus cost, total revenue minus cost. Like easy. Like two minutes ka job. But guys, in DAX, you might have to think in a different manner. Again, all the people who have said revenue minus cost, that is for individual things. If you want for individual order IDs. But if you want to go for a total profit, that means you have to first find total revenue. And then you have to find total cost. Then you have to create a DAX query where you can perform total revenue minus total cost. So it's a little bit complicated thing, but you can do all of that in one measure. If you will just focus for 2 minutes, I will just show you how to make this also super easy for you. I will click right click. I will click on new measures. Now guys, here again, this is for our own reference. I've said it couple of times. Total profit. Now here, instead of doing things one by one, if you are someone who's a beginner, I would recommend you to go through basic steps. But so far, I think you have a fair understanding about DAX. So I'm showing you a little bit advanced version here. I would go with sum of what? First, I want to know the sum of revenue. I will close the bracket. Now this is called as a little bit complex queries where you are applying one operator in between. So I want to minus revenue minus cost. I will find my profit, right? So again, I will write sum. This time I will select where is my cost? Orders, unit sold. Here is my cost. Now, guys, I will close the bracket. So now, guys, have you seen this? Have you observed it? Once your basics and fundamentals are clear, if you're someone who would have been beginner, you would first do this and then you will find total revenue. Then again, you will do it for the same as for total cost that we did as an initial example. Then you will create one total profit where you will select the total cost. Then you will minus with total, what we can say, total, you will find total revenue. Then you will minus it with total cost. But once you understand the game, the things become simpler and simpler. The advanced things become simpler and simpler. And guys, if I ask you this question right now, if the first question or the first example which I showed you of total cost, if I would have taken as total profit and if I would have shown you this, which is a two-line thing, I give you in writing, I can bet on it that you might be like someone who might get scared. Arey yaar, it's not for me. I cannot do. But if we go in a step by step format, if we just take one step at a time, this kind of complex thing can also become simple for us. And now I'm going to click on OK. And that is where we find our total profit. Now, if you're someone who's interested to show your boss a card, if I just have to come here, if I have to add one card, and if you want to show the total profit of a company, your total profit of the company is anywhere between 302.2K. So it's a good profitable company considering having just 5 customers. It's also from a risk point of view, it's very, what we can say, not properly diversified across multiple customers, because even if you lose 2 customers, you will be losing a ample of profit. Now, the next question, Hardik, what's my customer wise profit? So we are going to use the, what we can say, we are going to use the power of Power BI. Simply put this total profit into this table and you have got the total profit for individual customers. So I think we should be prioritizing our orders for the customer number 4, which is ACMP Bytes. where you can see this. And again, if you are someone who's like, Hardik, I want to remove decimals, that is again a formatting thing. You can do it easily. You can select total profit, change this to 0, and all is gone. You can format it properly with this. See this, your formatting is done. Now, the most important customer for us is ACMP bytes. We can inform it to our boss that this order should be on top priority. It should not get delayed, and we should improve the after sale service also for this particular customer because it's a premium customer. The second number of the customer is Wholesome Foods of 6 lakh thing. Guys, have you found this super complex example super easy if you have gone in a step by step manner? Is that a yes? What's your take on the Zoom chat? Easy? Perfect. Chalo. Uh, mm, Chalo. Perfect. 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 Jitendra, thank you. Chalo. Perfect. 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 I can see everyone is saying yes. Total profit. Perfect. 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 Chalo. Chalo. Why total profit on card is different than of the metrics? I will answer that. No worries. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I will tell you why is that the case. Yes. 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 Chalo. I intentionally have done that. So don't worry. Chill. Closing the Zoom chat. Now, guys, people asking me, Hardik, here we are seeing 302 and why we are seeing here 2717071. What's the reason? Now, guys, this is and this is why the tax is also important. I want to show you one thing via data tables. It's a very technical max problem, and I wanted to come up with this just to make you understand why to use DAX and queries and in this matrix format compared to putting up in directly into a card. Now, guys, let's try to understand what happened here. Here, what it has done is it has put up total cost, it has put up total profit. It has not offset. Now, Hardik, what do you mean by offset? If I have to explain you, and don't worry, we are going to dig this into a detail in going forward in this particular video. So chill about that. But if I have to just explain for people who might get it by logically, is want to show you one table. And the table is cookie types. Now, guys, if I just have to show you one pointer here, see this. If someone asks me, Hardik, how do I remove total profit using this? So the total profit, if you want to remove is what you can do is you can multiply revenue into total units sold. You will get total revenue. Then you will have some cost. If you will multiply this cost with the total units sold, you will get total cost. And if you will minus this too, if you will minus total revenue by total cost, you will get total profits. But this is only for customers wise. There are some intentionally, if you will go through the detail, kahan gaya? It's order. We'll go through in detail. There are some null values. There are some loss making transactions which I've intentionally put, which as an error, which happens with data analysts as well. If you there are some data analysts in the house, they would able to vouch for this. It happens when there are some lost transactions. Now there are some here and there I've kept some lost transactions. It does not get incorporated in this card visual. Now, Hardik, why is that the case? Because the card visual has some issues, and that's the reason to tackle this. There is some advanced card which you are going to see going forward, which are called as card bracket menu. So this is the sole reason Power BI has like it's doing recently only. Many people have come up with this issue that if I do this way, I get different answer. If I go this way, different answer. And many people obviously notice this because it's quite obvious. If I'm, let's say, just try to understand if you're creating a dashboard and there are two different values, it can create a bad impression. So that's the reason I've intentionally put up a card here just to show you that going forward, why we are going to understand why there is a need of new card. And after that, I will match the answer. So chill about that. No worries. Now, for the time, have you got the logic? Is that a yes? All the people asking me about this thing. Okay, Avdut is saying yes. Raja, yes. Rahul, yes. Pramod, Shushma. Chalo, a bunch of people saying yes. Thank you. Now, let me close it in the Zoom chat. What are cards? Kedar Kulkarni, I think you have directly jumped without going through any previous video. Since I know your previous masterclass participants, you have missed on lectures. So please go through it. Now, before further people got confused, before let me remove this and let's come to the topic again. Now, Hardik, what I was trying to just a sec, I forgot the flow. Via operators. So we have seen via operators. Now you would be like, Hardik, if I go to this operator, which is total profit, this is what I am getting it. But Hardik, let's say if I have to do a complex operation, like I have to do revenue, then I have to multiply by unit per cost. Then I find total revenue. Then again, I have to multiply total units sold into revenue, cost per unit. Then I will find total cost. Then I will do minus this and that, and then I will find total profit. So this kind of task, do you have to do it manually or there is a quick way to do it? So guys, for many of things, the AI features are in Power BI are getting exponentially great day by day. And let me show you one AI feature which is called as quick measures. So I will just close this total profit and I will go to this quick measures. There are some new measures which you can also create. Right click and new measures. If you want to get the feature in data tab, you can go into this. Now, quick measures. I will click on quick measures. Now, this is an additional field. There are almost 4 fields now. I don't require this. I don't even require, let's say, visualization. I will close this. Quick measures. Hardik, what are quick measures? Quick measures, as the name suggests, quick operations, average order value, subtraction, minus, addition. So you can select a calculation. By the way, there are a bunch of things which, as per your industries, you will find relevant things here. Right now, I'm just have a similar example. So let's try to find a similar example. Where is addition? You select addition. Base value kya hai? The first value. So in our case, what we have to do is revenue minus cost. So now we have revenue here. I'll put revenue here. Sum of revenue, it is automatically going to do it. So you don't have to manually write sum of revenue. And then there is where is cost? Here is cost. So you can put total cost as well, but since I was not having total revenue, I'm going with individual entries. Cost here, sum of cost. Then where is my क्या बोलते हैं? Where is my revenue? हाँ, here is revenue. Drop in revenue. Cost I have drop in here. Addition. I will click on add, and the moment I click on add, see this. Can you see this? Now, okay, I've gone with addition. The answer should be subtraction. My bad. Subtraction. If I click on add, see this. Revenue minus cost. Here it is done. Here is revenue minus cost. The same thing which we did is done by an quick method, which is again like there are some suggestions of Copilot. Those are like advanced thing. We'll go into that. But as of now, have you got it? How quick operators can help you build the same thing in a quicker manner. And that's not like addition, subtraction, multiplication. There are a bunch of things, month on month, year on year total, average order value, variance per category, many things, maximum, minimum, sum, rank, range, everything in a very like the quick operators which are used widely in the MNCs. You will see it here because it's backed by data. The more people using this features like sum, revenue, cost, total profit, Microsoft Power BI is going to add those in this particular categories. Have you got the quick way to do it via quick measures? Is that a yes? What's the case? Chalo, yes, 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 yes. Okay, now closing the Zoom chat again. Can I use it for freelance jobs? Sundar, yes. Vipin Singh, 100%. You cannot get it everything in one go. You need to practice it 110%. Now, guys, a quick measure tool. The last two things which are remaining is adding column for total profit and measure for profit margin. Now, adding a column for total profit for people who might have thinking that this can be done via Power Query. So just to solve your doubts, I'm just a sec. I close this. Just to solve your doubts, I'm doing this with a total individual column only. Just a sec. किधर गया? Where is my orders? ठीक है. Now, guys, there is something called as adding a column, new column. Now, this is purely not a DAX thing, a Power Query thing, and this is something we'll see in this particular section. Now, see this new column. If I click on new column, it is going to ask me new column is equal to simply write revenue, orders में revenue minus cost. So say cost from orders, and the column name should be profit. So if I do this, I will click on enter and say this done. Now, if you will do some of this, again, the same answer you will be getting, which is across 5 customers, all the offsets, loss and profit will be done. And this is where you can do it via this also. Now, coming to the last question of this video, then Hardik, why to use DAX? As I told you, DAX has much complicated expressions and applications which can apply to visuals as well. And data is something while some people would also prefer Power Query over DAX. The reason being they are more familiar with working with this kind of things like data में सब add हो रहा है subtract हो रहा है. Here only you are making things like total profit. Here only you are making total cost, revenue, profit margins, cookies, categories, multiple things which you are trying to do it via this DAX or formula or function method, whatever you call it. But it's now the coming to the main question, Hardik, what should I use? Whatever convenient is to you. But yes, DAX is much more advanced. There will be certain things which you won't be able to achieve via Power Query. I just show you one similar example where you can do it. But in case you are not able to do it, DAX is always an option, and I make you understand it's quite easy. But that's not all of it. And DAX cannot be covered in just one lecture. So next Wednesday again we are going to cover more advanced topics of in the world of Power BI in DAX category. So far, guys, all the things covered. I think I would have covered this one advanced topic, but I think it might get very heavy for everyone from content point of view. So I will take this in the next session and we'll build it going forward from in the next session. So far this session ends here. Let me know what are your thoughts. How is your feedback for this particular session? What did I make Power BI or did I make DAX easy for you? What's your take on this? Absolutely, yes, amazing. Admin, yeah, true, good, easy, definitely very easy, very happy. Nicely explained. Chalo. Yeah, it was made simple. Jitendra, the point here is again, you are a recent joiner. So you have not gone through part one and part two. Before next Wednesday, if you will go through all the three parts, definitely you will be able to cope up with me. No worries. How to link two charts only in a dashboard. Rima Chabra and other people go through this, and all the people who have not got this Power BI course from my side, which is completely basic to advanced, where step by step things are given to you in a very detailed format. I will tell you to drop a message to my assistant. I will just share my number. Her name is Rutuja. Just a sec. I think many people would have it already. But if you don't have it, just drop a text to her. She will add it in your account, in your course, and she will also provide you the recording if you haven't got it. So here is the number of her. You can drop in a text to her. Okay, good job, good job. Thanks, wonderful. Chal. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Where are part one and part two? Prasad Gunjal, write on this number. Just drop us a text on WhatsApp and it will be done. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Amir Khan, I would have done it, but it would be going bouncer for many people. So just wait for the next session. Dr. DP is sure. Okay. Perfect. What is the first need to write a formula? Kedar Kulkarni, that is what I said. Many things you cannot achieve using Power Query. For that, formulas are important. Just like what's the need of formulas in Excel? Similar answer. Always a pleasure, Hardik. Please partner at eshiksha.io. Brijesh Kumar will look into that. Chalo, okay? I want to learn Power BI, but I have a MacBook. Chalo, I will just turn off the recording or let us keep on the recording for people who wants to solve their doubts. I want to learn Power BI, but I have a MacBook. I've seen people using Mac, Power BI and Mac. How do I do it? Do I purchase a new laptop? Yeah, I have not seen, I don't know how you have seen, but I've never seen a MacBook user using Power BI. But still, I will do my research. If I'm missing out or if I'm lagging somewhere, we'll get back to you. Please share the content few days before the session. Monique, we have done it already. Hi, Jacob. I don't have a recording in my Skill Nation account. Write to this, Jacob. Practice done on previous module. It worked using the background. Yogesh glad. Chalo, good night. Perfect. Dr. DP, you can pass your queries to my assistant Rutuja. She will help me understand. Okay, thanks. Perfect. Harish, I'm going to do it in the next session. Don't worry. Okay? Perfect, perfect. I have to convert JPG file to Excel. Simply do a random search Nitin Shukla. There are so many websites which can help you to convert a JPG to Excel, or you can use inbuilt Excel function, which is OCR, importing image. Okay? What is the application of Power BI? Power BI is like Excel on steroids, Microsoft application for data analyst, business intelligence people. Chalo, when we'll get Excel sheets you have used today itself. I'm taking one query at a time, so do not spam your queries. See you soon next Wednesday. Bye bye. Chalo. Perfect. Prasanta Kumar, you can message on this number. Perfect. Chalo. Can we log off? Yes. What laptop do you use? Kishore, I have a very high-end PC. It's like worth above 6 lakh rupees. It's a proper gaming setup. ठीक है चलो. What else? Perfect. Deepak Panda, can you tell me how so I can help Shreya? Shreya, by the way, I've got one update from community member Deepak Panda that he is using Power BI and MacBook. I use Parallels. I don't know what Parallels is. Advanced level. Amir Khan, the next last session would be on Power BI. Then I have a one session planned. Guys, by the way, I need a feedback to everyone before leaving the call. Uh, Acha, virtual machine, Nitin Jain. Okay, thank you for the information. One thing, I want to ask you last topic. Divya Vachila, thank you for that. Extract text from PDF, guys. If you want to learn this, just a sec, I will just show you. Extract text from PDF is there is a module which you can go through. Just a sec, guys. I have next Wednesday session also planned on Power BI and next to next Wednesday session planned on Office 365 tips and tricks. Is that okay with everyone? Okay. Yes. Because I think many people have 365, but they are not leveraging it to the most. So I have want to show you what all things you can achieve using 365 and set you apart from the crowd who is using 2019, 16 and all of that. Okay. Yes, Sachin Chaudhary, that is what I'm starting. How to leverage bonuses. 365 bonus diya na, but people are not leveraging it. That's the reason. Okay. Office 365, fantastic. So the next session is the last session on Power BI. Amir Khan, yes. 108-239, whatever number their Zoom name is like that. Please message on this number for your bonuses query. Ye nahi mila, wo nahi mila. If I install old version of MS Office and install 365, my finds will be secure. Satish Kumar, 110%. The remaining part of Superchat Excel recording, sir, Mahesh, but completed hai, I think. आपको मिला नहीं है, just message on this number. Even how to leverage ChatGPT Plus, Prajakta Saman, that's already covered in the course. Go through the course, you will understand what's the power of ChatGPT. Okay? Could you please show which module can help me send images to ChatGPT for data analysis? Daksh, ChatGPT को course में ही है. We have, if I just have to show you, 1 minute. See this. There are so many like image generations. Where is image generation? Image generation. If I have to control find image, see this. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5, 6. 6 parts are there. Daksh. Daksh, is that the yes? Same customers might get entered with different names due to case, space, etc. Anyways, to combine, try to avoid duplication. Customer ID पे rely करना है. Sachin Soni, that's the reason I have not taken customer name. I have taken customer ID. Customer names can be same. Customer ID cannot. चलो. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Data analysis, that is data analysis, Daksh. Data analysis. अच्छा मैं तुमको live ही solution देता हूँ दक्ष को. I think बहुत time से solution चाहिए. Use this Claude AI, Daksh. Claude AI is something where you can put images. See this. If you want to create a front end code using Claude AI, simply go to Claude AI, put your images, click on convert, and it will write coding. It will do data analysis, everything for you by just uploading an image of it. Okay. Dell, it's already PPT is given basic to advanced course. Shilpa, just try to support. Rutuja will help you. Daksh Mila, answer. ठीक है चलो. Can we prevent duplicate entries like SQL query in Power BI Dex? Abhijit Joshi, yes. And I will show you. Don't worry about that. AI tool for 2D and 2D to 3D conversions for design. Very interesting, guys. Neha, chalo, let me just write it the same thing on Google and let's see if we can find something. Figma पे तो नहीं होगा. The best designs नहीं, ये भी नहीं है. I don't. Alpha 3D is a generative AI platform that makes it faster, cheaper, and easier. Automatically convert 2D images into 3D. See this, we have got one tool. Neha, you can try this. See this image has been converted into 2D to 3D, but I don't think so. Abhi up to the mark. Hai. Actually, I've asked about a variation of this question. Jitendra, guys, one thing which I want to tell the new joiners, the things which you put, you get stack queries in your chat. You don't find any others queries, but I get it as a proper stack questions. So if I missed on your query, I request you please copy and paste and drop it once. Is there any AI tool to create flow diagrams? Yes, lens.ai. As a beginner, what's the sequence I need to follow? Rupak, I've explained you in the introductory call. Chalo, perfect. Vinay Kumar, as told you in the last call only, just we need 2 weeks ka time and it will be done. I got an email, suggest an AI that can analyze its content. Julius AI, many tools are there. Apps for converting images for 3D printers. Same. Okay. Hardik, what is the average salary of data analysis if you don't have prior experience in the same field? As a beginner, if you're coming anywhere above 8 lakhs per annum. Uh, okay. What if we have a single data and not a multiple Excel sheets in Power BI? So, or sorted it. You just are like there is something called as properties, which I've shown you in module number 2, Projects are Savant, how to create one-to-one relationship. This was one to many because we had many sheets. One-to-one relationships where you can make a still a dynamic dashboard. Divya, if that's the case, you just write to Rutuja. वो होते रहता है. Technical glitches happen on the platform. Since we are still in the beginner level, we are trying to learn things and we are improving day by day. So if there is something like glitch or formatting issues, something, just inform us. We will solve it as soon as possible. Which AI creates flow diagram? Please mention again. एक minute बता देता हूँ. It's by the way, it's covered in the course as well. It's called as LensGo.ai. No, it's not LensGo.ai. Just a sec. I forgot the name. Lens AI, Lens AI. It's just Lens AI. Uh, Lens AI. See this. अरे यार क्यों नहीं है? Lens AI, Lens Lens AI. See this. My Lens AI. Sorry, My Lens AI. This is the AI tool. See this. I will just show you quickly, Manoj and other people. Uh, I think last example in my bootcamp I had given about this Indian elections. It was I think by Jitendra only. So this is how you can create flow diagrams. Also, you can create timelines also for free of cost. Okay. What's Rutuja's number? She is my assistant to help you out with all your queries. This is. Okay. I don't able to make map chat in Power BI as it was mentioned in part 1 video. Monik, क्या issue आ रहा है? Shashank Kumar, thank you. Any AI tool to design house floor plans by giving input? Nitin Jain, yes. There is one interior design AI tool which is called as homes.ai. Homes AI. It's a AI tool, free AI home design software. AI home design. There are many things. Okay. I think how I start. What do you start? Satish Kumar. Yes, we saw in the bootcamp as well. There is something called as Room AI also, which is AI, which itself is called as AI designer. Okay. Extract text video gets stuck and stop loading. Can you please confirm it's working? I shared error screenshot to Swati, but not update. Vinaya, Swati is not for technical queries. Write to Rutuja. She is for technical queries. Vinaya Kumar. Okay. Here it is on your screen. Rutuja's number. You can save it as a Hardik support number. Hardik, how do I start your curriculum starting from Excel, PVD, Power BI? Rashmi, मैंने explain किया है. Start with MS Office skills. Simultaneously learn ChatGPT and AI. Then master Power BI, Tableau, SQL. Then if whatever your choices between Python and business analysis. ठीक है? Shiva, just write to Rutuja. She will help you with that. It's already shared. We have a ritual. We have a system. We share it the recordings right there and then on that day. But some people might miss it. So chill. Mind and fill map visuals are disabled. Monic, just share the screenshot with Rutuja. Let us see how we can help you. Jairam Bhatt हुआ रहेगा कोई issue. Don't worry. Just message Rutuja. She will update your account. Hi Ma, same to you. Hardik, how do I know I'm in the right group? 108239. What's your name? Let me know right now. Your Zoom. Please come up with a Zoom name and do not come with such names. Uh, can we learn how to use Python codes in Power BI? Palani, it's not part of the course. It's very subjective. How to download PPT from presentations.ai? Dr. DP does not give presentations in presentable format. So you can use gamma.app for that. Kishore Salian. Kishore Salian, just a sec. Okay, Krishore, I think you're a matlab recent joiner of the community. Don't worry. I know you just go through Power BI part 1 and part 2. Part 3 ke baad you're sorted. You're in the right group. How to join community group? Rupak, just contact Rutuja. And by the way, guys, if I miss someone's query, it's not intentional. Please put your query again. For all career fields, can we leverage Power BI? For all, it depends. If the career field is anywhere related to data and you're working on data, Excel data, you can leverage Power BI for sure. And there are so many instances where in our community itself, there are people who have started as a career as data analysis, just mastering Power BI and Tableau. So that is also an option. Chalo. Is there any class about data analysis, data entry? Already covered in Tableau, already covered in Excel. All of that is already covered. We just covered new things which are up to date into the market. I just registered in two different email IDs. How to access all the course at one place? Sundar, just try Rutuja. She will put up all your courses in one account itself. चलो ठीक है. Prasad Gunjal, simply write to Rutuja. She will help you with that. No worries. Adi, you are doing a good work. Thanks. Pradeep Agarwal, appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much, bro. What else? Is there anyone with any query? Let me know in the Zoom chat. Text to picture images, how to do it? Last time you said it, it's in the course. Kalyan, वो course में ये दिव्या वही मेरे से भी मांग रही है. Last time text to pictures. I showed you just now. There are five different videos of creating your pictures. Kalyan, you have to go through the modules. Ramesh, I know that. No worries. Your and Dr. DP का दोनों का first session है दोनों. Please tell once how to see your course. Dr. DP, you were in the intro call. I told you you start with MS Office, simultaneously ChatGPT and AI, and then the flow. How to start basic Power BI as I've now attended. Rama Devi, just go through your account and see Power BI का course है कि नहीं है तो ऋतुजा को message करो. It's basic to advanced. चलो. Sequentially, it's better to start Excel before Power BI 100%, and there is never a sequence where you can learn Power BI before Excel. Your sound AI, मेरा sound AI नहीं, professor, which sound AI you're talking about? Um, ठीक है, what else? What else? Will you also cover the second session of Copilot in your next MS Office 365 session? Yes. Uh, how do I get sessions? I missed Ramesh in the Q&A recording module. Suggest some tools for SOP creations. Ramadevi ChatGPT is the best tool. We are personally using in our company to create SOPs. It obviously does not give you an Excel file, but it gives you a proper strategy how to build a SOP around a process. SOP for other people listening, system of processes. When we will get industry expert seminar will be conducted. Rohit Chaudhary, as informed for your particular cohort batch, it will be happening after 25 days at the mid of April or at the end of the April. Every session will be informed 14 days prior. So chill. ठीक है? Okay, okay. Bye, Hardik. Thanks so much. How about flowchart creation, Hardik? Ramadevi, I showed you. You can use this tool, mylens.ai, to create flowcharts, mind maps, timelines. Can you can you me Madhusudan timetable of webinar? Which webinar? My system has Windows 11. I need to change Windows 10. Windows 11 is the upgraded one. ChatGPT 4.0 to your subscription not received. Monique, just write to Rutuja. She will help you with that. So chill, don't worries. ठीक है? कुछ नहीं मिला है तो टेक्निकल ग्लिच की वजह से नहीं मिला रहेगा. Chill, don't worries. Just a sec. What happened? It's like okay, chalo. Can you suggest the order? Ramesh, it's already done. Me for is there any course for predictive analysis? No, that's part of Tableau, not a dedicated course on it. Chalo. I suppose we get Office 365 right? Yes. I've been impressed with your skills, Hardik, automation tool in Excel. What are the skills required to develop this tool? Vinay Kumar, you have to learn VB and macros and थोड़ा एक different coding language होता है to build that tool which is usable in particular Excel. But if you want to just learn macros, use ChatGPT without learning the ABCs of VBA. How long 365 license is given to me? Sundar, 5 years. Hani, can I leave? Yeah, yeah. I'm just about to close the Zoom chat and I think the recording should be off by now. The recording is.